Right, hello everyone. Welcome to Friday. Oh, goodness me, I can't remember what day it is. Welcome to Wednesday night with Hilly, and we're here for WAOF1 Schumacher Division, the penultimate race of the season with a super tight championship. Just bear with me a little bit. I just got to do the sharing about of the stream, and then I'll be with you properly. Evening, Marcy, and evening, Mirage. Hope you're both well. Right, so let's do that. There. Share the main chat. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Right, that's pretty much shared around wherever I can. Got one more FPR as well. There we go. Excellent. That's all the sharing done. So right, we head into quali, and it looks like it's a tad wet. So doesn't look too bad, to be fair. I don't think this is full wet tyres. I think it's going to be intermediates. Yeah, so everybody on intermediates. Well, the game's put everybody on intermediates to start the session. So right, we have one reserve tonight. That's it. Everybody else is here. So the one reserve is Sniper Monkey, and he is driving for Samosa Skidders tonight. So his teammate is Swifishy. Comes that. Right, okay. Maybe out of track yet. Yeah, we got a Haas that's gone out there. Why? I got no sound. Ah, no, I have. There we go. Right. Sorry, I just said a Haas has gone out, didn't I? It's Royal Cars, of course. Just saw a white dot and said Haas. So this is Sniper Monkey in a way. So our reserve tonight. He's going to be quick as well. Always is. I just want to, while we're just on an out lap here and nobody to actually watch on a hot lap yet, I just want to bring you up to date with the championship. So, as I say, it's round 6 and it's the second last race of the season. So the penultimate race of the season here at Silverstone. We will be at Abu Dhabi next week to finish the season off before we get back underway again then in January after Christmas and that. So at the moment, Lil Gupta leads the way. It's just a 1 point lead over Mav. So Lil Gupta and Mav going for the championship win. Although Master Spread Greza, Toby, all aren't out of the reckoning at all. Even Davis it is still within the reckoning mathematically. In fact, mathematically, there's actually still 8 potential winners. So you've got Lil Gupta, Mav, Master Spread, Greza, Toby, Davis, Adrian and Paella, who mathematically could still win the Drivers' Championship. Although it does look like it's going to be 1v1 for like Gupta versus Mav. In the constructor standings, we've got Everpool Racing are leading the way by just 3 points over Six Finger Gaming. So Everpool is Greza and Davis. Six Finger Gaming is Master Spread and Toby. So that's something to keep an eye on. Then there's a bit of a hefty gap, so 39 points down to Mavius then. With Lil Victory just, well actually, after that, it's really tight after that. Those two have sort of taken off a little bit. Yeah, nice and tight. That's how the point system was designed to hopefully take us to the final races. And it's doing just that. So, anyway, we are on a hot lap now with Sniper Monkey. He's already completed Sector 1. Sure quite how bad the track is. It doesn't look horrendous, I must admit. It doesn't look too bad. Commentary on a race last night for if you were watching WAOF1 last night on the Tuesday night division. It was very wet. Yeah, really difficult last night with the changeable conditions as well in a race, which it does make it exciting though. It was a brilliant race. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Well, here comes Sniper then to give us some sort of idea of what sort of time to expect. So 1 minute 33.504 across the line. We have Graham or Greza or yeah, it's Greza. Sorry, yeah, G Morris by the way. Greza's turned to PC. He's gone to the dark side. He's gone PC instead of Xbox. So his gamer tag instead of Greza, it's now G Morris. Chalky up to third there, 136.3. Who else we got coming? Here comes Operator. Final corner, 135.8 goes P4, just ahead of Chalky. And Davis has nipped into P2 on a 33.6 as well. What else we got going round? Adrian. Just over the line, 133.7 goes P4. Just 2/10 off of P1 at the moment. Here comes Clement, Operator's teammate, and my replacement. Took over comms, so 135.3 from Clements. Yes, this is Mirage. 35.2 from Mirage goes P. We did go P8. Somebody else has jumped up. Marco, I think, jumped up. Mouse just gone pole, or provisional pole. 133.0. Jockey just coming over the line. 33.6 puts him up to P3. Diana Muncher 108.9 through sector 2. Slightly slower than what we saw. Adrian, into the pits comes Paella, okay. So, is anybody else going again? Let's see if we can spot anybody up. Greza's in the first sector. Let's just watch him through the first sector. Do a hilly hot lap in a bit if I can catch somebody going on to a lap. That DRS though, yeah, DRS has just opened. Anybody that's still sat in the pits, I mean, I can only assume the track's drying then. But if the track's getting wetter, they need to get out before DRS closes. But I think there's a couple of drivers that put softs on ready to go out, so they can have a long wait. This track ain't going to be drying up in the next 5 minutes, I wouldn't say. Nice through Maggots and Beckett's there, just sort of letting the car do the work, but he is down, so we'll move away. And 4,000ths up in sector 1 is Master Spread, currently in P6 on a 33.646, 1,000th of a second ahead of Mirage. And Mirage is only 6,000ths ahead of Davis. 31,000ths ahead of Toby, it's super close, 21,000ths ahead of Adrian. I won't carry on. You get the point, you get the gist. Spreader Well, he's lost time in the second sector, so let's move on again. So Davis was up through sector 2. I can confirm the rain has stopped, by the way. So it's going to still take a little while for the track to actually dry out, but it has stopped. If Davis goes 7 tenths faster, 32.9 into P2. Legutz has gone into P1. But I would imagine now that the rain stops, I think most of the Inters guys will be making their way back to the pits. It's help if drivers are out there to actually dry it up. Adrian goes fastest, 32.3, 6 tenths faster than Legutz. Just proof really, track is drying up all the time. Chocky going to finish the lap, he is. Nine tenths improvement from Chocky, moves up to P2. There's 2 tenths up in sector 1. Actually, let's go down. Who's... Find them. There we go. Oh, Pyle on an outlap. Was he already on the softs? Okay. I don't want to do a hilly hot lap right now because it's... The track's not really ready for that. We can watch him though. When it is ready for the softs, the softs are definitely going to be quicker. You can see that it's dry, but it's just... It will still have some remnants of water on it, so I don't think they're going to be setting their fastest times on these first slick runs. Well, 28.7 through sector 1. See what? Let's do a hilly hot lap then with Raj. So across the line we come then. Raging Raj ready to do the hilly hot lap. We head flat out through turn 1 and turn 2. Keep it nice and left now to open up the entry into 3. Late braking, late turning. Go over to the right to open up the entry to 4 as well, which will enable you to open up the steering and get on the power that a little bit quicker. So she goes fastest on your screen. DRS opens up down the small straight into the left. It's a strange corner, sort of braking through the corner and then on the power to accelerate through to the long right-hander. Open up the steering, on the power again. Get car over nice and close to the right hand curb. Then we head up to Cops, which is flat out. Bit of a lift there from Raging Raj, but that's probably because I still don't think the track is 100% dry yet. As we head to Maggots and Beckett's as well, not to invalidate there. And just sort of let the car do the work through Maggots and Beckett's. Let the car sort of self down, really. Just touch it, little touches on the brakes, not. And that's only for the final bit. So we head down Hanger Straight and into... Well, I forget what that one's called. Is it Luffield or something? I can't remember. I forget the names of the corners. And into what I call the stadium section, and we head round onto the final corner. That's out. Got to be careful through there. Very low on traction through that section of the track. Raging Raj immediately goes fastest, 28.9, but Toby then 28.3 just behind. Yes, this is a sight we like to see, guys. Operator P5 at the moment. Long way to go, but nice to see him there. We've got this is, oh no, it's an outlap. Just started. What about Guru? No, Guru. Oh yeah, I think Perez is coming around to complete a lap. Over the line, here he comes. 28.2 from Greza. Goes fastest. Those times will keep tumbling because they're not where you'd expect them to be on a fully dry track. Expecting hold time to be in the 25s, so see that may not happen if it doesn't get fully dry, although there's still 5.5 minutes to go and it's nearly there. operator, not on a hot lap, sorry, but he was on a lap. Massey goes fastest, we're into the 27s now, 27.9. Who else we've got coming round? Raver on his first lap of the evening. 28.1 goes P2 for the moment. Marco is invalidated. To Clements. 3.5 seconds up. Through sector 2, and we'll have found a lot more through sector 3 as well. So 28.6. And Clements moves him up to P6. Tight. I have no idea it's going to be pole position right now, to be quite honest with you. Be anyone. While the track is still drying, it literally could be anyone. Because it could be last over the line. It's the best track conditions. But surely by the absolute end of this qualifying session, this track will be fully dry. Surely. He crosses the line, goes fastest again. 27.5, 2.4 this time. That's a massive note. I think he's on his way back to the pits. If I can find him, I think that's Clements heading for the lead. No, it's Mirage. He goes fastest now, 27.222. Getting close to the 26s. Who else we got? That's Raver again, presumably pitting. Yep. So, I would imagine, well, if anybody wants to come in for a new set, they need to pit this lap. They're not going to have time to get all the way back round, pit and get out again in time. Because it's an awfully long pit stop here, or pit lane here. So, well, it's the longest pit stop of the season, and the reason for it is because it's not so much the length of the pit lane; it's the speed. It's only 37 miles per hour is the speed limit, so you have to go 36.9 miles an hour at the most. So, actually, the speed limit technically is 36.99 recurring miles per hour. If you actually go 37, you will get a penalty, even if you spot on. For you there, didn't know that. Any stewards out there? That's yeah, because we had this come up actually in one of the leagues. When was it? PRF1, I think it was. Yeah, even if if the driver submits to get 5 seconds removed from their race time, if you're a steward, and they are showing the exact speed limit, so 37 miles an hour or 50 miles an hour at other tracks, that is a penalty. That is a 5-second penalty. It must be under. Validates there. I just don't know. Has he got enough? No, he's not got enough time. He's going to have to stay out. Well, he ain't got the fuel. I think Chucky's done what he can do. So he was first into the 26s, so 26.994. Literally, I'm not going to lie to you, I have no idea where that's going to end up. You would assume that, unfortunately, because of the timing of it, that he would drop down. But I think he may be okay, because that might be on a fully dry track that time. I'm not sure. Tricky here on a lap. If this track is still drying slightly, then these guys have gone a bit too early. Oh, it's quite nice through Maggots and Beckett's there from Chalky until that very last bit where he's just needs to be accelerating through and out the corner, not still losing speed. And close to the exit. Other drivers get nicely out of his way. We'll see Chucky retired after going into the pits. He knows not enough time, and Chucky doesn't improve. It's nice from Raj, who is improving 2 seconds up in sector 2. So on target for a 26.9, but presumably he's going to go fastest here with an improvement in sector 3 as well. Here he goes, 26.2. 7.3. Nice lap raging Raj. Let's see where you end up with that one. That was ahead of us, or Grezza was on an out lap there. Toby's on an out lap. Who else we got? Anybody on a hot lap instead of an out lap? Adrian here. Let's go with Adrian then. We've not seen this one a little bit earlier on, but he comes down to the last sequence of corners. Always been difficult, this bit, even in the really old games. That's always been a difficult part of the track. 26.8 from Adrian goes P2. Operator 27.5, P5 for the moment. Mirage on his way. I think Davis has just gone fastest, 26.137. Most of these guys were kind of expecting to get into the 25s, but it's not a normal quali. It's 26.3 from Mirage goes P3. Effectively, they've just had it. It's almost like a one-shot. So 25.8 from Massey, first into the 25s. Who else we got? Who was that? That is Reza. Sniper Monkey 25.6 goes provisional pole. Reza 25.8 P2. Who else? Raver on his way round. Toby 25.237 goes pole. 26.386 from Raver goes P9. There's quite a few cars about to cross the line. We're with Paella, who jumps up to P10 on a 26.4. Here's Mav. Oh, I didn't see where he got to. We're about to find out though. It should come up on the screen. P11 for Mav. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't see where Lil Gupta got though. So, oh, Gupta was second. Oh, so it's advantage Gupta in that sense. But I'll do the grid countdown on the grid. I'll just scroll through it for you guys watching, so you can see. And then quickly go race director. And scroll through just in case the stewards need them. They can always pause it. Just do it quickly. They can pause as they need them. There we go. Right. Okay. So we take a break. Okay, guys, so yeah, as always, any drivers listening, we are going to be taking a break. So it will be, the go time will be 8:28. So do not press the button. I will tell you when it's okay to go. Other than that, guys, I'm going to take a quick break and grab myself a coffee. I'll be back in a moment. Okay, guys, I'm back with you, and I have put the shout out in the Discord to go. So please, time to ready up. I hope you've all done your strategies and whatnot. See, we are a wet race. Wet Silverstone. Wow. There were some great races around here in real life when it was wet. Torrential rain, there was had to be red flagged and all sorts. So, formation lap up first. Hopefully. Please. Hear the engines going. Off they go. And we can take a quick look, but obviously they're all going to be on intermediates. You can see it's intermediates, whether not full wets. So let's do the grid rundown while they complete their formation lap and try and get their tyres up to a decent temperature. Not so hard on wet tyres, whether it's inters or full wets, but still need to get some temperature in them. Anyway, so we have Toby on pole alongside Lil Gupta. I'm sure we'll be challenging into the early corners. Sniper Monkeys in P3, reserving, as I said. Greza P4, Massey and Master spread on row 3 of the grid alongside each other. Lagut 7th, Davis in 8th, Raging Raj 9th, and Mirage fills out the top 10. Mav P11 alongside Raver in 12, while Paella and Marco are on row 7. Adrian P15, they'll probably be a little disappointed with that. Sufficient in P16, and likewise I think. Chucky and Kemmons 17 and 18. Kemmons definitely be disappointed with that. While Operator and Chalky will start on the back row of the grid. So as I said, sorry, Alexa's going off in the background. Everybody in intermediates, and nobody has hinted at the idea that this might dry up in any of the chats, so usually someone spills it, so I'm kind of thinking it's probably going to be all the way through. Couple of messages while I was away. So I was P1 for about 12 seconds, best day of my life, says Mirage. Excellent. Absolutely shocking quality from me, says Chalky. Oh, don't worry about it, mate. It's the race that counts, not the quality. Don't worry about that. Just get to the end tonight. I suspect if you can get through this race with no issues, just get through it cleanly, no problems at all, you'll probably see yourself jumping up. I wish there wouldn't be 2 shots of an undercut is the way to go today. I'm assuming it's going to be a one-stop, 13 laps on each set of tyres, but as I say, I wouldn't be shocked to see a couple of undercuts going on. Such is the power of the undercut against intermediate tyres. The problem is, if you do it too early, you do find yourself slow in the second stint. So, anyway, 5 lights on at Silverstone, and away we go as the lights go out. The car's going to move in a minute. There seems to be a delay. I don't know what that's all about. Off they go. Everybody away okay at the moment. As we head into turn 1, Toby clearly leading. At the moment, I think everybody's gotten through okay so far. Massey and Greza side by side having a bit of a battle. Massey, I think Davis is trying to get him as well. Is that Davis? No, that's Spreader going around, sorry. Spreader going around the outside of Massey. And up into P5. Davis is having a little look into the left-hander, but never alongside there. So we've got a couple of others here. I think that's, that's Raver and Raj battling away. Raj, in the end, gets up the inside. And then Adrian tries his luck and gets alongside the car, but has to... The car running off track just behind us there. Is that Marco? I'm not sure. I think it was Kemmons off track, but I'm not 100% sure, because I might have that wrong. If Kemmons loses, that's fishy there. But let's go back to the front. Everybody off to a decent start. So just get the position changes up, and the biggest gainer at the start up 3 places is probably no surprise is Mav, who somehow has to close this gap to Gupta. Doesn't necessarily have to beat Gupta tonight, he just has to be close to him. Doesn't want to have a big difference in finishing positions tonight, because that will make a big gap in the points, and that goes for both drivers. So Toby going along very nicely at the moment. So not so much pressure on having to drop the 1 second in the wet conditions. It's nice if you can, obviously not giving the car behind a tow. It's imperative, as we've got some battling going on down here. I think it's Raver, Mirage, Adrian and Chucky. That's Chucky going to the inside. The left-hander, and there's going to be a bit of contact. Chucky didn't look like he managed to get that stopped enough. Adrian seemed to remain on the same line. I mean, that's just my interpretation on, from what I've seen there in real time. So hopefully, just in case, hopefully Chucky's clipped that, in case he feels like he wants to submit it. But really see, even just listening to Grazer through Agates of Beckett's there, it's just really hear the difference in power. Is that Mirage? It is. Got me going there, because Mirage is Gupta's teammate. So for a moment there, it might have been Gupta, but then I did realise that that would have been ahead. It's brought out a virtual safety car. Does that mean he's lost his wing? So yeah, he's definitely got damage. His wing is gone. So into the pits he will come. I wish it was a full safety car, but it's not. Definitely no change in Webber, and a 5-second speeding penalty in the pit lane. Speeding in the pit lane. I don't think he's going to be the only one to speed into the pit lane tonight. It's really difficult to stop the car in a dry for this pit lane. If you use the braking line, like myself, it doesn't seem to be very accurate here. So I actually end up braking substantially before where it tells you. As the virtual safety car. I thought it was about to come in, but seems to still be out. Still going, everybody trying to keep within their delta. Always good, I think, on this game, just to keep a good second, I would say, in the bank. So if you happen to hit a corner just as the VSC is ending, you can end up with a penalty. Much better off just losing a second or losing half a second, something like that, than getting a drive-through penalty, which Mirage is just... Oh, can you believe it? Oh, he's not going to be a happy man. Mirage is the man who crashed and lost his wing. He's the man that got 5 seconds speeding into the pit lane, and he's now the man that got a drive-through penalty for speeding under VSC after coming out of the pits. And Lil Gupta has gotten ahead of Toby on the restart. Toby found napping maybe a little bit. Maybe keep the heat in the tyres. I don't know, is this ring getting worse? Is it getting wetter, this track, rather than drying? Or do you think it's still staying the same? I think it seems worse to me. It doesn't seem like we're a million miles off a full wet, I have to say. The guys will want to stay on the mediums as long as, the inters as long as they can, because obviously, ideally, if they do have to stick to, if they do have to switch to full wet, then they'll obviously be wanting to do that close enough to the end that they can actually get to the end on the one set of tyres rather than having to pit again. So Mirage picks up another 5 seconds, speeding into the pit lane for the drive-through. So Chalky just hit. Oh no, Chalky must have got a drive through as well. Oh, Davis! Something's happened to Davis. This is massive for the constructors. Appears to be at the right hander. So, I mean, there could have been a contact, but it is quite easy to drop it around there coming out. Traction is very low, and with these conditions, it's just made it even harder. Gets back past Raging Raj there. So he's still off and running, and just visually I can't see any obvious signs of damage as Greza is into the pits. So this isn't a scheduled pit stop unless it is a change to the full wets. It's very early. I can't see any damage. He did pick up a drive-through, did he? I can't see anybody in the pit lane, so surely this is a drive-through. Well, it's disaster. It's a drive-through, Greza. I didn't know he had that. Sorry, my apologies. It's well, that's disaster. Absolute disaster for Everpool. Davis and Greza, who now are 14th. Well, yeah, 14th and 18th respectively. Not what they wanted. But, they won't be giving up just yet. There's a long way to go in this race, and with these conditions, anything can happen. So, Toby has actually managed to catch back onto the back of Gupta, so I'm just going to go back up to that. Toby, I'm going to look to the inside, and really alongside, but Gupta leaves plenty of room. Final corner, Sniper, it's the fastest lap of the race, and Mav. So if anything, that would suggest that the track's getting drier rather than wetter. With this battle. Adrian up to P8, by the way. What a start to the race he's had. He had a really good one last week. He very, very close to getting driver of the day last week, but tactical mistake, should we call it? I think just decided to make an extra stop meant he lost out on a podium, and I think because of the mistake, I didn't give it to him. So it's really hard to know who to watch because there's a couple of battles where they're like a 2 to 3/10 gap. Mavron's very wide coming out of Cops there. And Toby's picked up a penalty through Maggots and Beckett's. 3 seconds corner cut in. Well, that changes the race at the front big time. As Mav cannot get the toe. Oh! That's me. Good reactions. Spreader seems to be a little bit awkward out of the right-hander there, and there's massive reactions from Mav, not to at the back of him, I must say. It's enabled Mav to go through and up to P4. This Drivers' Championship at the moment is still very much on. It's only actually 4 seconds behind Gupta now. And if Gupta picked up a penalty and Mav stayed pen free, that would make this race mightily close. So, problem for Everpool here is that the vast majority of this build is quick drivers. Even the drivers that maybe not quick enough to be at a very fun winning races, they're still quick drivers in their own right. Which makes it extremely difficult to get through the field, especially in these conditions. I'd much rather it be dry and have the DRS option. On the other hand, obviously the wet does lead itself to a bigger opportunity of the safety car. So that's a fine move from Adrian. They started eyeing that move right the way out of Maggots and Beckett's. He might have even been eyeing it before that, but certainly out of Maggots and Beckett's. Picks up the slipstream all the way down, stayed side by side through the right-hander, and then made the move into the left, had the inside. Nicely done. This is Raver. It's a mighty close battle here, actually. This is Kevins on the back of Raver, but they're only just behind Legutz and Adrian as well. Raver having a good race moments. He's up 3 places. Kevins up 8 so far, but by his standards, the qualifying will have been a disappointing one, to be fair. Mav up 7, Adrian up 8 as well. Goodness, he didn't have an overspeed there. I don't particularly want to see a side-by-side through cops in these conditions. I know you all do, but I don't. Just I'd have to hide behind the sofa, I think. Maggots and Beckett's, and let's see, can he pick up the toe, or maybe even a double toe here? He didn't have the best of exits. You can see it's so difficult, and as soon as you move out of the slipstream, it is so hard. But they managed to go through the right-hander side by side. I think Kevins has come out of this corner better, and Raver will just fold in behind him. Real issue, losing a position on lap 8 of this race. They're just heading on to lap 9 now to actually go on the same lap as the leaders, but yeah, losing a position at this point isn't really that important, to be quite honest with you. Don't think there's a huge point in battling it. Oh, movement up the top. Mav and Sniper Monkey. Mav goes through. And he is now 4.5 seconds behind Gupta, 2.8 behind Toby, who has that 3-second penalty. So Mav is looking superb here. Every chance of still picking up at least P2. But I mean, he's got open road to actually drive into now, rather than trying to make his way through the field. So see just how quick he is if he can close that gap to Toby and Gupta. So, what have we got happening further down then? So, Chocolate on the back of Raj at the moment. These two have got Greza catching them. It's just about to see him there looking in the mist behind. So he will look to recover. So I've got actually no idea what the weather's doing. It doesn't look any wetter, it doesn't look any drier. So my suspicions are, still nobody's told me, so my suspicions are that we're probably sticking with the intermediates through this race. As Choppy gets huge overspeed, heads side by side there with Raj. Corner, and he's going to outbrake him here to the wide line, and then have the inside of this penultimate corner and the final corner. And that's nicely done, guys. Well done. Nice bit of racing. Difficult through there sometimes, so well done to both of you. As Paella is the latest to pick up a penalty. And look at Greza flying past. He's going to have it about him now. I don't know if this is his first race since moving to PC, or whether he's raced before. I know he's done like iRacing and that, so I know he must have used PC before, but he's now just like on F1. So he usually races Xbox, so steering. He's trying to get past Chalky. Then he's got, well, he's just had a bit of time to have to catch these guys, and so if he can get past Chalky, then he'll have to do that again to Swifishi and then Davis, who's his teammate, of course. That might be the moment for these two at Everpool. Grezza could sort of catch Davis, but hopefully, well, obviously Davis needs to catch the guys ahead, but if Grezza can sort of catch up to him and maybe in some way they might be able to work together somehow. There he's still got the pit stops to come. There's no way they're doing a full 50% race on one set of intermediates. Not on this year's game. In games gone past, in years gone past, might have done. Oh, that's a safety car! Everpool's dreams have come true. That's the safety car they needed. Chalky is round at the long right-hander. If he can get this going, he should be able to get back to the pits and out again. But I think we're going to see a torrent of pit stops now. Assuming this track is staying as intermediates for the whole race, which I think it is, then surely everybody will be in. Raging Raj. That looked like it. He's never put mediums on, surely. He has, he's put mediums on, so they must be expecting this to dry up. I hate to tell you, Raj, that it's just, I mean, it's nowhere near. It's not even, it's still raining reasonably heavily, so it's, as Mirage picks up a penalty, this is the other thing you can have now, is people picking up what essentially is pointless penalties as they speed into the pit lane under safety car, because, well, it tells you how dodgy this pit lane is if you use the line. Well, Mirage and Chalky in, so let's see what they do. And they come. Put it in. Mirage to fresh inters. Chalky, fine. He's done the fresh inters as well. He's been just getting his front wing. But good news for him that he's definitely out ahead of the leaders. So nobody's driving. Well, it's pretty obvious nobody's going to drive past the pits here. Everybody's going to be in. If you get an opportunity to pit under safety car at Silverstone, you do it. It's that simple. This has just given Everpool the opportunity to get back into this race. With Toby and Spreader in P2 and P5, they needed this opportunity. Who's that? Operator, that's not you, is it? Somebody stayed out of track. It is, operator stayed out. We'll need to, he needs to pit. It'd just be a... you'll get absolutely swamped if you don't pit, operator. Worn, well, fresh wet tyre, well, I mean, fresh dry tyres on this game is a massive advantage, but fresh inters, worn inters will be massive. Oh, we got another one to mediums. Chalky has gone to mediums. So we must be expecting this track to dry up. Oops. Yeah, thank me for getting that one on stream. They must be expecting it to dry up then. You can kind of see a racing line appearing, but it's still raining too heavily. Surely it's still raining too heavily. Look at it. Now, okay, the safety car should be out for a good few laps, because the guys down at the back, Chalky and that, have got a long way to catch up. Oh, Mirage has pitted again. Absolute right thing for Mirage to do. I don't know what tyres he's going to put on, but if you remember, he picked up 2 5-second penalties speeding into the pit lane, so he served those. And he has gone to fresh medium tyres. They really must be expecting... well, I mean... Are they rolling the dice, or are they just doing something like they just intend on pitting back to Inters, but they're going to try and get a couple of laps of advantage, maybe? I don't know. Something is afoot. he can barely make that. Even going at safety car pace, he can barely make that corner. So when he comes, I know a new set of intermediates will be waiting for him. And I presume that Mirage will do the same. The only problem for Mirage is he needs to catch the safety car. The safety car is not far off going onto the straight that he's just come out of. So, it doesn't really... Oh, well, I'll tell you what, if he pits under this, on the end of this lap, he may be at risk of falling a lap down. He's struggling to get any real speed with the mediums on. Behind it looked like... The other problem he's got is he doesn't... How many laps will the safety car stay out, and will he be able to catch it? I think he's probably built enough gap. Now, it'll still be pretty close, but probably would get back out ahead of the safety car now. But as I say, it's not just staying on the lead lap. He needs to actually catch the safety car to try and get back into the race. What he's done is actually quite clever. Because he's still got another 5-second penalty to get rid of. So when he comes in for the intermediates at the end of the next lap, then I think that's sensible, just doing the extra lap. I'm 90% sure that this safety car will stay out another lap, so yeah, in all fairness to Mirage, he's been quite clever there, using the safety car to his advantage to spend his 5-second penalties. Clement's the only one at the moment with a 5-second penalty that potentially he could get rid of. What's happening? Somebody's entered the pits. Massey into the pits? He's just got metal cylinders waiting for him. No, medium tyres. Okay. Oh, Massey. Guys that have been on mediums, they just had nothing. Even under the slow pace, they had absolutely nothing. She's round at Maggots and Beckett's now. I don't know what he's going to do. I don't know what he can do. I'm not sure the safety car is going to stay out another lap. So it depends what tyre he thinks right to be on, I guess. If he thinks that he should be on Inters, then he just... Well, I don't know, guys. It's the honest truth. I don't know what you should do. I'm not sure you can catch the back of the safety car. It might stay out another lap, in which case pitting would be the right thing to do, but... It was Chalky that spun and lost his wing. Right here, actually, funny enough. So, technically the safety car, it will only do a certain amount of laps, but what I can say they do on this game is the driver that causes the safety car, it doesn't wait for that driver, but Chalky's already on the back of it. But because Mirage isn't the one that caused it, it might go another lap, but I wouldn't hold my breath. I've got a feeling it's going to come in. Yeah, there you go. There's the confirmation. It's a safety car in this lap. Both the guys on mediums would have wanted it to stay out. Well, we're going to find out very quickly if Massey is a genius or not. Right now it doesn't look like it, I've got to be honest, but I understand what he's doing. If you're expecting this to dry up, such is the length of a pit stop here that if he can hang on... Oh, Mirage is round, probably in his attempts to catch the safety car. Mirage just has to keep going now, hope for another. So, we're back underway. Lil Gutsa leads us away. Toby P2, Mab P3, Sniper 4. He's under a bit of pressure from Spreader there. Stay uniformers as battle on behind. Adrian going for the move on operator. Who, as previously mentioned, has stayed out on the intermediates he started the race on. Again, it's going to dry off. I can kind of understand why he did that. Guts froze that. Look, Guts, come on, man. That's a bit far back to be throwing a move. Raver, I think, is alongside, yeah. Davis up to P11 now, Gress is P14. Someone's dropping down, Marco's off. Is it Cops? It's a strange way to go off at Cops, though. Maybe there was a contact with someone. Maybe he's just had a bit too much power on the curb, I don't know. Massey is realising, I think, error of his ways, maybe. But, I don't blame him. I like it when people roll the dice. Why not? You've got to risk it for a biscuit sometimes, haven't you? Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. Very much like it was just way too early. So we're at the point of, including this one, it's 11 laps to go. So we're at the point now where pit into slicks, if it does dry up enough, should see people pit into softs. Well, presuming I'm not pitting in the next 2 laps anyway, then it should be softs for everybody when they do. And here, oh, look at this! Sniper and Master Spread absolutely wheel to wheel, side by side through the corner, through the long right hander. Still side by side as they come up to Cops. Surely not. Hi, don't watch, guys, don't watch. Well, I thought there was going to be a death. No, they do get through. Well done, guys. Little bit bargy kind of stuff. Or it looked like it anyway. Maybe from their point of view, they might not even touch, but looked like it from our point of view. But beautiful racing. And Master Spread up into P4. Reza up to P12 now. Operator's dropped the forward seat. We knew this was going to happen for Operator, really, because his tyres are just too worn. So such is the advantage of fresh tyres in this game. Another, like last game, maybe, you might have got away with it. As Laguts is into the pits, I think this is the change. Well, he thinks it's the change. I think it's at least a lap too early. But it's definitely drying up. It's definitely stopped raining. For me, that's a lap too early as Toby goes side by side. Into the left-hander, but couldn't get the move done. And that is, believe it or not, Mav right on the back of him. How is he in a race with Gutsa here? In the world, it looked like he messed it up in qualifying. There's a mix-up another place, and we've got somebody off at the final corner. It's Massey. He's gone off at the final corner. He's back going, and I can't see any obvious signs of damage. Oh, somebody else off, operator off. I'm afraid, guys, even you, Laguts, you're at least a lap too early. I think you're probably 2 laps too early. So, Who can we... Ooh, what was that then? Who was that? That was Adrian, the sniper. So, Sniper Monkey. Well, P5. And the team is reserving for... Well, that was ahead of us, I think. Is it? I'm not sure. No, no, I can see what it is. Mirage. It's Mirage. No, it's not Mirage. Who is it then? It's Marco, is it? Yeah, he's been caught by the leaders basically, and he's doing his absolute best to stay out of the way, and it calls the yellow flag. So, fair play to him, though. Trying to stay out of the way. Getting close. We're getting close. There's still a bit too much spray. This has gone too early though. This is 19, well, nearly 20 seconds off a chalky now. Pit stop costs you about 26 seconds, I think it is here. So you can go ahead of chalky when he pits, but not any further, I don't think. So. Getting alongside as they go for another lap. Suspicion the end of this lap may well be the right time. This lap that these guys have just gone on to, I mean. So that's a judge. We go through Maggots and Beckett's. That's going to be the moment they're going to have to. They will be making a decision as they come through Maggots and Beckett's, pretty much. Out on time straight. Got a yellow flag and oh, it's a safety car. Right, now they'll all be in. Now there's no guessing this. Everybody will be in. It's Marco who is out of the race. Has brought out a safety car. Oh, operator. So in they will come. Everybody will be in now, and they will be moving to slick tyres, to softs, to finish this race. Because even if it's still wet when the safety car comes in, it's not going to stay wet for long enough to get a pit stop ahead. So I don't think it's going to be wet by the time the safety car comes. I don't think it's going to be still wet when the safety car comes in anyway. So this will be everybody in again. Oh, I thought Toby might have been going. I thought Toby was going a little bit fast then, but it hasn't given him a penalty. Sniper, cheeky. Reza back up the P9 now. Davis is going to get double stats behind his teammate, but there's nothing he could do. He's got to do it. This operator picks up a drive-through speeding under the safety car. Davis in and serviced as well. And do you know what? I don't think it's cost him anything. Somehow, they appear to have not lost any places. So, well done to those two. Must have spaced out the gap a little bit, but didn't seem that far apart when they were actually in the pit, like just entered the pit lane, to be fair. Engineers, pit crew have done a fantastic job as operator picks up another drive-through penalty. Has anybody told him it's a safety car? And he has been disqualified from the session for receiving multiple penalties, It's always going to happen. I don't know what he was doing then. So, there you go. I'm watching, but this isn't him in control, by the way. I'll see the CAI doing this. What is it doing there? Finally. Right, well there we go, that was fun. Right then, okay, position changes. What are we, lap 20? The safety car's going to do another lap, so lap 21. And look at this! Oh no, sorry, I thought that was Mirage. It's Chalky that's on the back of the safety. Oh, I thought Mirage was going to catch up onto the back of the safety car. It won't let you do it, Mirage. It won't let you do it, I'm afraid. Yes. Adrian. There's too many cars, I think. I think what Mirage is trying to say there is it's sort of overtaking and saying, look, if you guys let me through, I can get back onto the lead lap and race around. But quite honestly, he'd never be able to get back to the back of the safety car in a way. So, and as nice as it would be of the guys ahead, it does. And ultimately, Adrian having a car between him and Raver is quite useful. It would be nice if the game would let lap cars through. I'm not going to lie. Hopefully, at some point in the future, they might do that. They have spoken about it, and they have said that it's a bit too difficult to do at the moment. So it may not be something that they can do until the next gen of consoles. But I'm not a computer programmer. I'm not a game programmer or maker or whatever. So I don't know. I don't understand it. I just know when they talked about it, they said it was just too difficult to do. Which, considering they can't normally get like the formation lap right, it's they're probably right. It probably is too difficult for them to do. So that is Massey just catching up onto the back of the safety car. He'll be absolutely ruining the decision to pit on the last one. But at the same time, he'd be pretty happy that he's got the opportunity to get back onto the back of the pack again and maybe make a few places up. As safety car is in this lap, so we will resume racing lap 22. That means 5 laps remain. It's a 5-lapper on soft tyres. Everybody on softs? Yes, they are. So, back running then, Toby leads us away. Guts to P2. Oh, Guts round! Oh, that's massive! Guts round on the restart. Oh my word, that could be championship defining, championship ruining, potentially. Oh, what a moment. What a moment. Mav won't know where Gutse is, of course, but he's down in P... Well, he's just gotten past Chalky for P16. You feel for him to have any real chance going into the final... Well, he's got to make sure he brings the car home to pick some points up. At least that way, it would mean that if Mav retired in the last race, he's still in with a chance. So Spreader gets past Mav for P2. Spreader saying, don't forget about me. I'm not completely out of this yet. And that is Sniper Monkey up the inside of Mav. Side by side coming out the final corner. Mav tries to come back. Super tight at the moment. It's fishy. Looks to get past Paella. Is that, or is that, sorry, is that, I think I'm getting confused. Or is that Paella getting past Chucky, or Chucky trying to get past Paella? I don't know. Something's going on anyway. Someone is trying to get past someone. It's involved with this now as well. Oh, careful. Because he had to pull out the power ahead of you. He's going to go into the back of him then, but he did avoid it. And it continues. We're back up now with Sniper Monkeys going to the inside of Spreader. And who's ahead? What's that then? Seems a bit strange. DRS enabled as they cross the line this time. So we got 3 laps of DRS enabled racing. Toby has absolutely flown out into the lead. These guys battling has actually handed Toby, or potentially handed Toby, the win. Which Spreader will be over the moon with. That's why Spreader's happy to battle. He don't care about staying in the 3 seconds of Toby because he's teammates with him. In battling these guys, Spreader is helping his teammate to win this race. Whether it's deliberate or not, I've got absolutely no idea if it's deliberate or not, but that's what he's doing. As Davis and Kemmons side by side on the long right-hander. Head up to Cops. Are they going to remain side by side through Cops? I think they might. Oh, Kemmons says no, I don't fancy it. I don't fancy it. Up into P8 goes Davis. Reza, by the way, has recovered to P5, so Liverpool are definitely looking to keep this battle going into the last race. To be fair to them, whether they make any more places up or not, they've done extremely well to recover to P5 and P8 from where they were. So ooh, we've got a spinner. We have got a spinner, and it appears to be Lagutz. So, and he's gone at the right-hander there. So, Spreader still on the back of Sniper, and Sniper is very close to getting within that 1 second. Oh, Toby, what have you done? Why have you used all your... Yeah. He may be doing that. He may... Yeah. He may not... Toby could try and help Spreader here. Spreader, remember, is still the only other driver than Mav and Gutsa that's actually genuinely in a chance to win the title. So, just wonder if Toby could maybe time this perfectly to give Spread P2, but not, you know, not allow Mav into P3. So he's got to try and split the two of them just to give Spreader those extra points, extra couple of points that he'll get advantage to make it a little bit closer. It'd be a single digit gap between Spreader and Mav going into the final race. So to be honest, I think in all fairness, Toby and Spreader's eyes will be on the constructors, so I'm not too sure they'd have gone as far as thinking that out. To be honest with you, as Gupta is attempting around the outside of Chucky, trying his absolute best to recover whatever he can here. Mathematically, he will keep this championship alive. He's not going to lose the championship today, but it's going to put it into a situation that just says that Mav has to finish the next to the final race. Is effectively what it's going to do. Obviously, Mav isn't winning the race. He's P4, so the gap is 7 positions apart. But of course, Gupta will gain a place off Paella. Sorry, they're 8 positions apart, aren't they? So, yeah, 7 after the penalty to Paella is taken into account. As I think that was Davis getting past Raver to P7. Oh, this is last lap. Sorry, Toby crosses the line and wins in Britain. Silverstone, Spreader P2. Mav P3. What's happened? Sniper Monkey. I think Sniper Monkey. Yeah, Sniper Monkey must have spun at the end. Oh, Sniper, what did you do? I think he spun at the end and it's dropped out of the top 3. So, anyway, yeah, sorry. I'll do a proper countdown in a second when the results come up. But, wow. Well, well done to Spreader well done to Spreader and Toby on first and second. It puts them in a massive pole position to take the Constructors title in Abu Dhabi next week. But Spreader is in with a chance of taking the drivers as well. It's an outsider shot, but he does have a chance. Remember back to the start, I did say he was 13 points behind, so he's gained 2 points. I didn't see who got fastest lap in that, so at most the gap is now 11 in a way. But that's enough of that in a way. Right, okay, so it was Toby who took fastest lap as well. So, right, so Toby wins in Great Britain. Spreader P2, it's a 1-2 for Six Finger Racing. Just proving that 6 fingers is better than 5. Mav in P3 takes the final podium spot. Greza P4, absolutely phenomenal fight back. Well done, Greza. Adrian P5, Davis P6, Kemmons P7, Raver 8, Sniper 9, Swafishy 10, Gupta 11th in the end, Chucky 12th, Raging Raj 13th, Paella was 14th, Massey 15th in the end, Legutson 16th, Chalky 17th, and Mirage finishes 18th. Marco and Operator, unfortunately, DNFs. Marco DNF, Operator was actually disqualified for picking up too many penalties. Sorry, I didn't get through the incidents. Anybody that's going to ask for a penalty removal, you'll need the race director, so make sure you've clipped it. I didn't get to do it. Right, okay. Well, that was Silverstone, guys, and a lot happened. A lot happened in that race. It's gonna be a brilliant Abu Dhabi next week. But despite the gap between Gupta and Mav, Gupta and Spreader are definitely both still in this championship. Ultimately, Mav just needs to keep it on the road, you feel, but it's going to be tight. Driver of the day, I'm going to give to Greza for his fight back after dropping down right the way down to the back on the drive-through penalty. Bit naughty, I know. Drive-through penalty, he kind of deserves it. He picked up a drive-through penalty, but I don't know. I just think that the fight back was outstanding. And it just makes the constructors 1 point closer for next week. So, no, I think it's fair in a way. So, anybody got any complaints about that, please write to Whale, because, you know, I don't want to read them. Anyway, guys, thank you ever so much to everybody that's watched along with me. Thank you to everybody who watches the string back at later point. I really appreciate it. The league really appreciates it. I will be back live for commentary on Friday night for PRF1, so please come and join me for that at 8:30. Other than that, I will be racing in WAOF1 tomorrow night, and that will be streamed and commentated on by the Dark Mark. So please jump on and watch that one, and support me, of course. Don't worry about everybody else, just support me. Okay, guys, thank you ever so much. Wish you all the best. Hope you have a good one. See you soon.